Jacinta, if you're hearing me, please log in. Jacinta, please join the live if you can hear me. Hi, Jacinta.
Hello, Eva.
How are you?
Mi niko poa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I'm back.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know why I'm not seeing people on the live. Let's give them 2 more minutes, guys. You know how we do it here. As you come onto the live, please do give the video a like. Let us know where you are watching us from. And do say hello in the comment section below. That's how we do it here. Today we have a very, very, very interesting guest on our channel, and I just can't wait for us to get deep into our conversation. So guys, as you come onto the channel, please say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. And I'm gonna pin our guest's YouTube channel here. Please go and show her some love as well. Oops, my battery died. I need to plug in. So guys, welcome to the show, everyone. It's a great pleasure to have you here. And I don't know why they are not logging in today, but I guess people will come. So let's give them how many minutes?
Like 5 minutes.
5 minutes? No, 5 minutes is a lot. Let's give them 1 minute. 1 minute and then we shall start. So guys, welcome to the channel. As you come on, do say hello. I'm putting on my laptop. I need to pin your channel here. Guys, please let us know where you're watching from. We're just giving it like 30 more seconds and then we shall start. 30 more seconds for people to join, and then we are going to start right away. Let's wait. When we get 5 people, then we shall start. Oh, wait. I think I pinned the wrong. Sorry?
I can see there's already 4 people in.
Yeah, let's wait for 5 and then we shall start.
Yeah.
I pinned the wrong Jacinta. I'm giving someone free publicity. I need to change that. Let me just change.
Let me get my laptop.
Should be Jacinta Reality.
Yeah.
Where did I get this crazy name?
Gosh.
I have like I put somebody else's name. They have refused to reach 5.
People, where are you? We are waiting for you guys. Come on,
Guys,
come on.
please share the video. Please share the live. I need to edit this. I don't know what is happening with my internet. Okay, we have 4 people. Anywho. So guys, I don't think we are gonna wait any longer. The others will find us along the way. So welcome to today's live. It's always a pleasure to have you guys, and it is always even more pleasurable when we have a guest in studio like we do today. So thank you so much, Jacinta, for accepting to come onto the live. It's always a pleasure to have you guys. To all our viewers, thank you so much for coming to the live. Please do say hello. Let me know if you are hearing as well. Like the video. You know why we always say like the video? Because the algorithms like it when you guys are engaging with the video, and it helps to motivate us. It is free to like the video, and it is also very helpful for us to know if you can hear us, if we are still together. So please let us know where you're watching us from. Say hello in the comment section below, and please ask us questions as they come. So without much further ado, guys, I would like to welcome our guest today on the channel is Jacinta. So Jacinta is a YouTuber like myself. Unfortunately, I have pinned the wrong Jacinta here on the live, and I'm trying to pin the right one. So, Jacinta, before we start, maybe you can just introduce yourself. Let us know who is Jacinta, where did you grow up, and yeah, just that a little background about you so that people can know exactly who we are talking to. And you never know, maybe your village mate is here in the audience.
Yeah. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Eva, for the awesome introduction. Man, that introduction was awesome. Thank you so much.
You're
So
welcome.
my name is Jacinta Njoki.
Mm-hmm.
I go by the YouTube channel Jacinta Reality. So
Mm-hmm.
I come from Kenya. I'm Kenyan. I come from a place called Nakuru. Maybe there is my homemate here from Nakuru. What were Pipeline? I come from Pipeline. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. YouTube is trying to verify that it is me. Guys, I'm sorry. I have been in Somalia for the longest time. So now YouTube wants to confirm that it's me who's actually logging in. I'm sorry about that. You should now be fine. I think you can continue, Jacinta.
Okay. So I've lived in Kenya. I grew up in the village. I'm a village girl. So I grew up in the village, went to school. I came from a very humble background. So I went to school. I went to primary school, just like a normal kid in Kenya. And then I went to high school. High school, I went to Loreto High School. And then from Loreto High School, I went just like normal people were good. I went to a college, that's Garissa Teachers College. Then it was Garissa University College. Then after there, I went to Mount Kenya University. I did my bachelor degree in special education. And that's why I'm here today because I'm going to talk of how my journey as a teacher in foreign land.
Oh, great. Thank you so much, Jacinta. Beautiful, beautiful background. So, okay, you've gone to Mount Kenya University. So tell us from there, then what happens? Like you do special education and then, yeah, where do you go next after graduation?
So when I graduated, I always had, since I was a small girl, I knew I had to go abroad. Every dream of a small girl is to just take a plane and hope to a foreign land. So that was always my dream. So back in campus, I used to travel a lot. I used to take buses to Uganda, to Tanzania. You know how like people in campus have that hype of getting into groups and traveling. So that was me among that group. So I would travel a lot. And then when I started traveling is when I learned maybe I can use my skill after I complete a campus to earn money in different countries. So when I went the first time to Tanzania, I tried to check if I can teach, but then I found no, I just needed somewhere else, more somewhere people can say I've gone abroad, you know? How we Africa say venye mtu
Abroad,
ameenda
oh.
abroad. Oh yeah. So it was a good. I tried for a week and then I said no. I needed somewhere more challenging. So after I completed campus, that was 2018. So after 1 year, I worked in Kenya. I worked in with TSC. I was hired. So I worked with TSC. I worked for some months. Then before a year came to an end, I was like, I need a challenge. So
Mm-mm.
I hoped to China. When I went to China, then COVID came. When COVID came, it was just beginning. So there was rumors COVID is going to be take over and all that stuff. So I started teaching online. So I taught for a month. Then it became COVID now start growing and everybody's talking about COVID and everything. So I had to go back home. When I came home, I still wanted to go abroad again, despite COVID.
So this is 2018. Oh, I
No,
mean
2019.
2020 now.
Yeah, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So I still wanted to go abroad. So I went to Dubai during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to Dubai, I didn't know anyone. So I just got a ticket, a tourist visa ticket. I had done my research online and I had talked to some people there. So I just took a ticket. I said, I want to go and try and see if I can teach. If I can't teach, I can do something else in Dubai. And
So are you
that's,
saying that you came straight from China and then you came to Dubai? You didn't
yes.
even cross to Kenya, straight from
No,
China?
I came to Kenya, from China to Kenya.
Okay. And maybe you can let us know, like, how did you end up in China from Kenya?
So China, I my going to China was through an agent. So there are these agents who provide for you to go and tour in China.
Or you went as a tourist?
Yeah, I went as a tourist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when I
So how
went as
was
a
that? Uh-huh.
so when I went as a tourist, I used to work online. I did not go like to a physical school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what were you teaching in China?
I was teaching English.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So you've now left Mount Kenya, you go to China. You stayed in China for how many years?
No, I only stayed for 2 months.
Or 2 months?
Yeah.
Oh, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So you came
I
back
went
to
back
Kenya.
to Kenya. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then from Kenya, you went to Dubai, right?
I stayed for some months in Kenya.
Uh-huh.
And then during that period is when I went to Dubai through a tourist visa, but it was like a trial.
Oh, so had that time COVID happened, or COVID is now yet to happen at this point?
COVID had happened, but it wasn't that much. It wasn't like everybody was talking about COVID, but people were still traveling.
Or it hadn't become Nini?
It
Oh,
hadn't
okay.
grown.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
So,
went, and
go
then
ahead.
I stayed in a hotel then.
Mm-hmm.
So then the news started about COVID, how it's going to be great. And I was like, I think I need to go home because staying in a foreign land, you don't know much of people, and this thing is happening. So I went again back home.
Okay, so this is now 2021, uko around? No, 2020 beginning, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so and then tell us what happens. You come back to Kenya, and then what happens? This is now beginning of 2020, right?
Yeah.
Do you go back to TSC, or so for those who are watching us from outside Kenya, TSC basically stands for Teacher Service Commission. It is the body that hires teachers in Kenya. So maybe you can tell us, you come back to Kenya and then what happens?
So for me, I had not like left the TSC. I had
Oh, you are
taken,
still a teacher under TSC.
yes, yes,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
had taken a leave, like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, unpaid.
Mhm.
So I just went back. But when I went back, I went and resigned. I did not go back to teach.
Okay, now when you come back after COVID, eh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then, so were
When
you
I re-
teaching? Mhm.
when I resigned now, I went to business during that
Mhm.
time.
Okay.
So I started doing businesses. I had my own boutique.
Mhm.
I sold some clothes.
Okay. So for those who are just joining us, we are with Jacinta. Jacinta is a YouTuber like myself. She is based in the US, North Carolina, where she is a teacher. And I welcomed her here to the channel to tell us a little bit about her journey. So she's told us about her childhood, her training in special education. She worked in China, then to Dubai, and then COVID happened. So now she's just going to tell us a little bit about what happened afterwards. And so, Jacinta, let's start with the basics. You are in the US as a Kenyan trained teacher on a J1 visa. So maybe you can tell us, how did you decide to come to the US on a J1 visa, and what was the application process like?
So for J1, I learned about the program through a Facebook post that was posted in African Reading Women. That's like a Facebook page that's read by Terian Chebet. When I learned about that, one of the teacher who was teaching in South Carolina posted and said, teachers, if you are in Kenya and you want to go to teach in South Carolina, the teacher gave a link for a program that was named Faces and said people can apply. So that's when I learned about the program. I contacted the teacher who I have met even now. We are great friends. So, and
Mhm.
the teacher told me, because when you are in Kenya, you are like, this is a lie. How now? Like it didn't seem real.
So
And
you
then,
learned about this opening through a Facebook page, right?
yes, yes,
African women, is that the
African
one?
reading women.
African?
Reading women.
Oh, African leading women. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you decided to apply. So guys, I'm just gonna post the links to all these once we finish, because I don't, unfortunately, I have the links on my this phone that I'm using. So if I go to that, it's gonna log me out of the live. So once we finish, I'm gonna share with you guys all these links. Uh-huh. So you applied, and then so how was that process like?
So the application process was, let's say it's tedious in a while because it takes a lot of time and it needs you to like focus. It's very long, but
Mhm.
then it was worth it at the end.
Okay, so like roughly how long did it take from when you started your application to when you actually got like the, I don't know, they call, what do they call that letter that you go into the embassy?
DS 2019.
Yes, DS 2090. How long did it take you from when you started your process until you actually got that?
So it took me like 3 months, let's
Mm-hmm.
say three to 4 months.
to go through the whole process.
Yes.
So guys, you can see here that patience is very, very important. I keep talking about the importance of patience. You have to be really patient with these programs because it takes a little while. And what exactly do you think was the main reason why it took such a long time? What was happening in between?
I
Like, is
think
it
that,
possible for somebody to do the whole process in less than 3 months, for example? And what would that
yeah.
look like?
I
Mm-hmm.
think my main reason why it delayed is because I did not have all the documents at once.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah. So
they
if you
need
have
good,
all the documents, it becomes easier.
yeah. Because if they need good conduct and you don't have, then you have to go and apply again. It takes
Mm-hmm.
time for you to get that paper.
So what then would you say if, let's say, I want to apply for this program? Like, what would you suggest for somebody to make sure they have, like, in advance, even before they start the application process, to just make sure things move really quickly?
So FACES is a foreign cultural exchange program.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a program that you come with as a J1 teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So the visa that you are given is a J1, which you are told to come and teach your culture to the US and also learn their culture and go teach back home.
Mm-hmm.
So people from Africa, Asia are eligible to apply for the program. And I have seen teachers from Philippines, from Ghana, applying and coming to the US through the program.
Okay, so let's say, so if I hear you well, it basically means that if I have like my degree, did you do a degree or a certificate? What did you do?
Oh,
It's a
it's a
degree, right?
degree.
Yes,
Yeah.
you need to have a degree. So let's say if I have my degree, I have all my transcripts. I know you must have classroom teaching experience as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for at least 2 years, guys. You'll need at least 2 years of classroom teaching experience. You must have a driver's license, right?
Yes.
And 1 year of driving experience, and you must have certificate of good conduct. So
Yes.
guys, make sure you have those things ready in advance before you even start your application so that things can move really
Go
quickly.
fast. Mm.
Yeah, so now you already have your document, everything is ready, they've appointed you. So did you have to, like, before they give you that document, did you have to go through an interview, or how did that, let's say you've submitted all your papers to FACES, and then what happened afterwards?
So when you do the application, they contact you. So you send the application and wait until they contact you. It takes maybe a week or even less. It depends. So
Mm-hmm.
once they contact you, they'll tell you their next step.
Mm-hmm.
So the first step is application.
Mm-hmm.
The next step is they'll tell you if you have passed the first step, they have seen your application and you have been approved. You are going to go to the next step where they are going to have like an interview with you, an informal interview.
This is FACES interviewing you at this point, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then let's say you pass that, and then
When you pass that, then they are going to tell you to do a self made interview.
mm-hmm.
Like they are going to send you questions for you to do a
Mm-hmm.
video and send them.
You send back to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then
So they are going,
afterwards,
then after that, they are going to, if you pass, they approve you for that. They are going to tell you to do your credential evaluation if you have not done.
mm-hmm.
So they give you bodies for you to do the credential evaluation,
Is West
Spantran.
one of them? Is West
Yes, you can use, but they give a list of what they want. For faces, mostly they use Spantran.
or Pantra?
Spantran, yeah. But
Pantra.
they always tell you what they need for you to use.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
for
And
faces, they recommend Spantran.
okay. So once you have done that, and then do they, okay, so let's say you've now done the verification has been passed. So do you have to go to a stage where you're going to work with like interview with the schools? Like, how do you now get the school?
So after you do your evaluation, now there is placement.
Mm-hmm.
Now they take your video, they publish it on their site, and then they give schools access to the site. So the
Oh, so like
schools,
you do a video of you. Like those are the
yeah,
questions now they sent you.
Yeah, the questions they sent you that you made your self-made interview and then you sent them the video back.
Mm-hmm.
They use that video to publish on their site.
Uh-huh. So teachers, the schools are now going to access.
Very good. So they allow the schools to access their site where they can see that interview.
Mm-hmm.
If they like you, they like how you articulated and how you talked about yourself and how you answered those questions, they
Mm-hmm.
request to have you for an interview.
Uh-huh. So the schools are the ones who come for you now.
Yes, they come for you.
Oh, nice. Uh-huh. So then the teacher, if they like you, they will do for you an interview, I believe, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So how
If
many
they
interviews do you do with them?
so if the schools, some schools don't even ask for interview. It depends on the individual person. So
Oh, so they can
yeah,
just pick you from your video.
yeah. Just from your video. I know people who have been picked from their video.
Oh, so if I hear you well, then it means like you really have to make sure your video is on top
Yeah.
because
Make sure your video is on top.
yeah, because you also don't want a situation. I mean, if you can minimize the number of interviews, who doesn't want few interviews? It means less pressure, guys.
Yeah. But the interview is also good. I feel it's also
Mm-hmm.
good because once you do an interview with a school and they give you like an offer letter to come to South Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
and you maybe research and say maybe I want a different school, or maybe you were hired by a middle school and you want to go to high school,
Mm-hmm.
you can decline that offer and request for another interview with a different school.
Oh, oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So now you've gotten that letter. So do you go back to Faces or how does it work? Now let's say I've interviewed at a school. Do I come back to Faces or how does it work?
No, faces will contact you. They tell you if you have accepted. You'll tell them if you have accepted. If you
Uh-huh.
need
And
another interview, you'll just tell them you need another interview.
uh-huh. And then what happens after that? Let's say I've
So
accepted the offer, I've told them.
once you accept, faces are going to send you the D. They are going to do everything, the paperwork for you. They are going to send you the DS 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So that DS 2019 has all their information, where they live. And the information that is in DS 2019 is what you are going to use to fill the DS 160. So
Mm-hmm.
the
That's the
DS
one you used for going to
160,
the embassy, yeah?
yeah, is the one which you request to go to the embassy for a visa.
Mm-hmm.
So all the information is in DS 2019. You are going to use most of the information there to fill the DS 160.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have family, you'll also
Mm-hmm.
fill the DS 160 for you and also for your
For
family
them.
individually.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
FACES
And then
allows you to come
mhm.
with a spouse and children as well.
Yeah, guys, did you hear that? With this program, you can move to the US with your children, but they must be less than 21 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and your spouse. And your spouse can work, right?
Yes, your spouse can work under J2 visa.
The J2 visa. Oh, great.
Yeah.
So once you have your letter, you fill your DS 160, you have your DS 2019, and then you go to the US Embassy, which is usually the hard part. Are there cases where people are denied the visa? Have you heard of such cases?
Yeah, it has happened.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly, you see, the immigration is very complicated. The immigration, when you start talking about immigration, but most people who are denied is because maybe they had gone before and been denied for something else.
Or it's not specifically this one, yeah?
No, maybe they had been denied before for something else and they tried this one and they are denied. But most people are given because this employment work permit,
Yeah.
you already have the work. So it's very hard. But you can be denied if the embassy feels like they have denied you before because of some reasons.
So what are some of the questions they asked you at the embassy?
So for J1, I say for J1 is the easiest visa you can grab for yourself because
Mm-hmm.
J1, you already have the employment letter. So for
Mm-hmm.
you, they only ask very easy question. Like for me, they asked me, where are you going? I told them where I'm going. Which school are you going? You just give the
Mm-hmm.
name of the school. That's all they ask because they know you are going for a job. You're not going to visit.
Yeah, and I think it's also important for you to mention that the J1 visa is a non-immigrant visa, which means you have to come back to your home country. So how long is the visa usually for? How long is the visa they give you for?
So the J1 is an exchange program and it has that 2-1-2 rule. And the rule says you must go home after 2 years. But for now, the visa they give you is 2 years, but the DS 2019 is 3 years. So you are eligible to stay in the US for 3 years.
Uh-huh. And then, but you have to come back home, right? Afterwards.
It's not a must for you to come home because you
Oh,
can you
so how
can
does the
request.
2 year rule work then?
So the 2 year rule works if you don't want to do a waiver. A waiver is to request for extension.
Uh-huh. But you can only request for another 2 years, right? Because I know it's a maximum. Is it 6 years or 5 years total?
5 years total.
Uh-huh. And then after that, you have to come back home.
Yes, you have to come back home.
So maybe you can now talk about you have this visa, the 5 years have expired, or maybe the 3 years have expired. So how do you handle that transition from when I'm in Kenya, I'm in TSC, for example, and then I'm going on the J1 visa? So like, do I quit my job? What do I do? Like, what would you advise and what did you do in your case?
So for teachers here, so once you do the 5 years, you are
Mm-hmm.
eligible to change your status to H1B or EB3, which is a green card as a teacher. So after
Oh,
five,
you can do that?
yeah,
Hey guys, did you hear that? You
yeah,
said the EB3?
or the H1B visa.
That's the same one, like the one people who are under religious, yeah? The
H1,
one
H1,
H1, yeah?
H1B. Yeah, for religious,
Oh,
they do the R1.
uh-huh. But it's the same process, like after working for so many years, you can now change to a green card.
Yeah, so you can choose either to have H1B or EB3. As long as
Eh,
you find a school that files for you, and teachers don't, you definitely get the H1B after 5 years because teachers in US are not, there is shortage, so you definitely get after 5 years. You can
or for
transition
somebody,
to,
to file for you, a school to file for you.
yeah.
Wow. So now we've talked about the visa, you already applied for your visa, and then maybe if you're with your family, you've moved together, and now you arrive in the US. Tell us about, I'm sure people want to know, like in terms of salaries, how much roughly does somebody expect to get if I come from, let's say I have 2 years experience, which is the minimum. I have my degree, and then I come to the US. How much salary do I expect to get? And compared to life, I know you're in North Carolina, where
South, South,
Faces works. South or
South,
North?
South.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Um, what did I write here? Oh, I wrote North Carolina. So
Mhm.
you're in South Carolina where Faces works. So how do you, so in terms of how much is the salary and do you think it can sustain a family? Like let's say I'm coming from Kenya, how, like, is it worth it? Because you know, most of the time people talk about, oh, I'm going to the US, I'm earning so much money, but nobody actually tells us what's the comparison of this is the amount of money I'm making vis-a-vis this is the cost of living. Those are three questions, I think.
So for J1, it depends on the state you are because J1 is you can go to any state with J1.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But and every state is different. Some states pay higher because the cost of living is higher. Some
Mm-hmm.
pay not higher because the cost of living is low. Like for here in South Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
it's the cost of living is not, you can't say it's a high cost of living.
Mm-hmm.
So a teacher, let's say a basic teacher with 1 year will get from 42,000 US dollars.
That is a year
Yeah, a year. They say annually. They use the annual.
or annual.
Yeah,
So that's around, let me see if my math is mathing,
that's
around
around
3,000,
3,200.
200 a year,
3,200.
right?
Yeah. No, a month.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yes, a month.
And
Uh-huh.
And teachers here are not paid a monthly. They are paid 15th, two paycheck per month.
Or you're paid twice a month?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you are
Okay.
paid like 15th and then the 30th.
At the end of the month.
Yeah. So basically the salary you cannot, despite the salary not being so high, you'll definitely be able to survive.
Or you
Yeah,
can
I would
survive
say
on it.
yes. I'd say it's worth every coin, especially when you have a family like a partner or a spouse who you supplement. It is
Mm-hmm.
worth, even if you are a single person, it's worth you coming to the US.
And are you allowed to take other jobs? Like now you have your teaching job. Are you allowed to have a side hustle?
No, that's not possible because you are here on an exchange program.
Oh, so you
You
can't
are,
do a side hustle
no, you are not allowed to do a side hustle. That can
for those
affect
five
your
years?
status.
In the whole 5 years, you're not allowed.
Yes, you're not allowed unless YouTube and teaching online, tutoring online. That is
Oh,
okay, but you can't go to a physical job and work.
and start looking for a job.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So maybe you could share with us your experience about your upon arriving in the US. You just arrived in the US the first 1 week, first 1 month, first several months. Any memorable moments of culture shock?
Oh, culture shock is so much. But coming to the US, especially the program I came with, Faces. Faces is not just a program, it's a family.
Mm-hmm.
So because they pay for your flights and do all that stuff,
Oh,
they
they pay for your
see.
flights?
Yes, it's the only program sponsor I think that pays for your flights and your hotel accommodation for the first 1 to 2 weeks.
Oh, nice. And they don't
And
like
then
ask you to refund from your.
no,
Oh,
they
nice.
don't.
Wow. So then let's say, so if you go through phases, then the only other expenditure you're going to have is your visa costs, right?
They still refund that when you arrive here in the US. They give you back the check
Oh,
of
so
the money
basically
you
you don't,
used.
so it's a free program, yeah?
It's the only free program that you move to the US for free.
Wow. Guys, I hope you're hearing that. So you'll actually just move to the US for free. You'll pay for your visa, but they'll refund you. They'll buy your air ticket. They'll take care of you for 2 weeks
Yeah.
in the hotel
And
as you
then
find. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and one thing about them, that's why I say it's a family because after that they connect you with people from your home country, people who you understand like the same language who can feel free, someone to guide you. They give you someone who can guide you how to buy a car because car is a basic need in the US. So they help you get someone who will get you a car. They can even loan you if you want money to buy a car. They can even give you money to start life because when you come from home it's not easy transition. Is moving to any country is not easy because it requires a lot of fund for you to be able to fit in and try to get everything intact, so they try to help you with that to make you feel comfortable before the school starts, and they bring their teachers a bit earlier, so most programs do so that the teachers can try to fit in
Oh,
because
you adjust before the school session starts.
yeah, because culture shock. When you come and the flight is, if you don't take a direct flight, you can request for a direct flight as well. But if you don't get the direct flight, a direct flight is 15 hours to New York, 14,
Mm,
15. So if you take the other flights, they take like 22 hours.
25.
So by the time you get here, you are exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
So when you
Wow.
come here exhausted and still time difference.
Mm.
So when people in Kenya or wherever they are sleeping, you're also sleeping and it's daytime here. So I can say
Wow.
it's a bit for the first time they call it what name do they call it? Time
Like jet
difference.
lag?
Yes, jet lag thing. I always had people say about jet lag, but I didn't know jet lag ni nini until
No, it's a big thing. It can hit even for a whole week, especially if you're not used to it. You
even
can teach
month.
it for a whole week.
Yeah, even a month.
Yeah, and especially if you don't get sunshine, sunshine, like going out in the sun helps to reduce it a little bit. And most of you guys usually move like in fall, right? Because school starts around September.
In
So you're
summer.
moving in summer, you're moving
Yeah.
around summertime. Oh, so at least you get some sun. It helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. Teaching in the US. Tell us about your teaching experience. What subjects or grades do you teach, and what is it like working in the US education system,
It,
especially compared to the Kenyan
working
system
working
we're used
working in the US is good, but culture shock is also a thing here
to?
because our system, especially for those who come from Africa, is
Mm,
really different from here because we are used to the British system and you are coming to the American system. It's
mm,
practically different. Everything
mm.
is different. The food here is also different
So
because we
what
are used.
subjects do you teach?
So for subjects, I teach special education.
Oh, okay. What is special education for somebody like me who doesn't? I just see like on the faces page, the eligibility, they say you must have a degree in education. So for example, to teach special education, you must have a degree in special education. So what is special education?
So special education is a specialized instructions for students in need, or we cannot say like students with disability who have needs.
Oh, okay. So it can be any need, eh?
Yeah, it can be any need.
Okay.
It can be it can be autism.
Oh,
It's
okay.
different. Yeah, so you work with different kids who have specific learning difficulties. You
Mhm.
work with different kids.
So does it mean, for example, if I'm gonna be like, let's say I'm doing special education, so will I still teach like English, math, or what? Like, how does that work, for example? Sorry, I'm
So
asking because I don't understand.
it's okay. Being a special education, you teach all those because you are a
Oh,
special
okay.
education teacher. So you deliver both math, English.
Uh-huh. But to
Yes.
children with special needs, huh?
Yes, dealing with only children with special needs.
So, what would you say are some of the subjects that if I can teach, I have a higher chance of getting a school? Or all subjects are the same? Like if I have a degree in math education or I don't know, special education, Spanish teaching, or whatever. So, are there some subjects that are more marketable than others, or they're all the same?
Yeah, there are some like if you are teaching maths, if your degree is in maths, then you
Mm-hmm.
are a maths teacher. So you are marketable, especially maths.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers who are in special education are in demand,
Mm-hmm.
not just even here in the US, just around the globe.
Around, yeah.
Yeah. And also we have teachers who teach English. They hire also teachers who teach in English.
So if you have
They,
a Bachelor of Education in English, you also are
yes,
marketable.
yes. And also
Mhm.
teachers who teach computer science or IT also.
Mm.
And
And
also
what about the other
Spanish and French.
languages? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Uh-huh.
if you have, let's say you're from Kenya and you have Kiswahili, that
Mhm.
is a bit difficult because they don't learn that
Oh,
language.
Kiswahili there.
Yeah.
Oh, so I
Or
don't know if
CRI.
this. Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Or religious education, they also don't learn
Oh,
that.
so siari unakwama nayo hapa.
Yes.
Guys, please give the video a like. Please share the live. Please kindly share and show some love to our guest, Jacinta. I have pinned her YouTube channel here. It's pinned, the first pinned comment. If you'll be watching after the live, please show her some love. Jacinta Reality
Reality.
5029. Jacinta, you need to remove this 5029 from your channel so that it's easier to. I'll show you how to do
I
so.
will remove it from my channel.
Yeah, but guys, the first pinned comment, that is Jacinta's channel. Please show her some love, like the video. Please enter any questions you have about teaching in China, in Dubai, or in the US, please put your questions in the comment section below. We will ask them. So I don't know if this is okay, Jacinta, but I'm interested. Like, can you share with us any interesting classroom or student stories from your time as a teacher in the US? Were you asked if you have a pet lion, or if did you get any
So
of such
I'm
questions?
still teaching, so I wouldn't be comfortable, but
Oh,
they,
okay. Once
I'm still
you
teaching,
give it
but
back to the channel, you tell us those
yeah,
stories.
but they do ask like you come from the jungle and all that stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable talking right now.
It's fine. We'll do that later. So, have you had the chance to travel within the US during your stay? Any favorite
Yeah,
destinations, travel tips?
I think the most best was Canada. I traveled. I think having a US visa makes it easy for you to get visas to other countries. So I
Mm-hmm.
traveled to Canada. It was my first time, and I'm telling you, it was awesome. I also traveled within the US. I've been in New York, Chicago, Seattle. I've been all over California, and I can say it's an awesome experience because you also get to travel as well. You're not
So,
just because you
mhm.
came to South Carolina, you're not told you cannot move, you have to stay in South Carolina. You can take that opportunity and travel around and see the beauty. America is very beautiful, very, very beautiful. You can take that chance during your weekends and summer holidays to visit.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. How are the holidays? Like, I know here in Kenya, they have holidays 3 times a year, end of first term, end of second term, and third term. So, how are the holidays there in the US?
So for them, June and July, they call it summer. So you are not teaching or you're not in
At
school
all.
June and July. Yeah, so you
Wow.
have 2 months, you can go home, you can travel anywhere you want to. And
And do
then
they
they
pay
got,
you?
yes, yes, it's
Oh,
paid.
you get paid your normal salary?
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that is so awesome. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
You
Oh,
get
great. So
paid
go ahead.
and you still have winter breaks, you have summer breaks, you have December holiday 3 weeks. Yeah.
What?
Mhm.
And you still get paid.
Yes, and you still get paid.
And what is a day like for you as a teacher? Like, maybe you can just tell us, like, how does your day start and what time does it end? What time do kids go to school? Do they wake up at 5 a.m. like schools in Kenya? Like, how does that look like?
So here it's just like the same at home. So kids come to school at 8
Mm-hmm.
and then they leave at 4 o'clock. So in the evening, it's just like home. But the difference is like the students here don't wear uniform. Like back home, you have
Oh,
green uniform or blue uniform. Here they just
mhm.
dress any fancy clothes they have or any clothes of their choice. So
What about the
yeah.
teachers? Is there like a dress code?
No, no, there's no dress. Just be professional, I think.
Decent, eh? Just be
Yeah,
decent, eh?
decent. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Mm.
So let me
And
just
it's
check
so
if,
fun. It's so fun.
oh, it's fun.
Yeah, the students here are not like back home where I come from, especially Kenya. The
Mm.
students will come and sit, and you are the head. You say east or west. You say for them to look forward, look behind, look do this. Here,
Oh, really?
you can't. Yeah, here it's kind of different. It's not like home. Home, you tell them what to do. Here, they tell you even sometimes what to do. Like they'll be like, ah, no, I don't feel like doing work right now. Let me just have a nap and then do the work later. And you're like, yes,
And there's
it's.
nothing you can do. Wow. So like, do they have, like, when you come there, do they give you like an sort of like an orientation? Like they tell you, okay, this is how we do things here, or you're just left to figure it out by yourself?
No, they do like a training for you for a week. And
Mm-hmm.
also they give you like a mentor
Oh,
or
okay.
someone to like guide you the first year. So because
Mm-hmm.
the system they understand also you come from like a different system and practically the culture shock and all that when it gets to you it is too
Mm-hmm.
much. And some teachers will say, man, this is not what I asked for, but so we always have someone, and then you have friends who talk to you, who tell you this is what to do. The first year they don't, they help you a lot. They give you someone to guide
Oh,
you.
okay.
Mm.
So do you teach primary school or high school? How does the program work? Or
I
you can
teach
teach
high school,
any?
but
Mm-hmm.
you can also be hired to teach kindergarten. You can be hired from your home country to teach in primary school. We call it here middle school,
Oh,
elementary,
okay.
and then middle school, and then high school.
So
So
you
if you
get
are
to choose what you want to teach. Yeah.
when they do the interview for you,
Mm,
when we go back to when you did your video, so
mm-hmm.
you can tell them if it's middle school, you can talk to your program sponsor and say you want to go to high school, or talk to the school to give you a high school. So it's up to you to make that choice.
So where do most people, like most of the teachers, where do they prefer? Like the ones you have seen around, where do most of them teach? Kindergarten, middle, or it's
There
spread
are a
out?
lot of, let's say, like here, there are a lot of Kenyans. Let me mention Kenyans. There are a lot of Kenyan teachers. They are all over. The elementary
So it
teachers,
is
we have us.
mixed.
Yeah, it's mixed.
Oh, guys. So those who are joining us, we are here with Jacinta. Jacinta is a YouTuber like myself. Jacinta Reality 5029. Please check her out. I have pinned her channel here. First pinned comment. Check her out. If you'll be watching this video after the live, I'm gonna put it in the comment section and I will also put it in the description box. So she is a Kenyan trained teacher, but she's currently in South Carolina, US, on a J1 visa where she is teaching in a school in South Carolina, and she's just been sharing with us her journey. So I'm gonna quickly, thank God we don't have too many questions. Looks like people on Ivam Tali don't want to be teachers, but or maybe the teachers are on holiday somewhere.
The
So I'm
teachers
gonna quick, yes.
are taking a nap.
Yeah, the teachers are taking a nap. So I'm gonna check the questions that we have. You'll try and answer them, then I'll switch over now. We'll have something about your YouTube journey. So Edwin Bet is saying, hi, getting you clear from Dubai. Same here, Edwin, thank you so much. Is asking, are primary teachers from Kenya eligible or it must be degree?
You must have a bachelor degree.
Yes, guys. So you need a bachelor's degree. And the way it works is that your degree must correspond to the subject you want to teach. So for example, to teach math, you must have a degree in math. An engineering or accounting degree is not acceptable. To teach special education, you must have a degree in special education. To teach Spanish, you must have a degree in Spanish or a degree in English teaching if you are a native Spanish speaker. That's how it works, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And then, oh, that's the only question we have. Great. So let me switch over to YouTube now. So how has being in the US influenced the content on a YouTube channel? Were you a YouTuber before you went to the US? I'm curious.
Yes, I started YouTube before I came to the US,
Uh-huh.
but I was always like shy of the screen. I was I was always like, man, how am I going even to tell people? But I came to learn. I have so much information that I need to give to others, give back. So I didn't know
Mhm.
how to give back. So I thought maybe I should focus on this YouTube thing. And I guess that's how I've been doing one video to the next one. And I think I'm now no longer camera shy. I think I'm trying.
So being in
So
the US has positively affected and influenced your channel. I see you create a lot of content around opportunities abroad. So I must say the US has contributed to that as well. Yeah.
yeah. When I came I was 200 and now I'm in 6,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And that
Yeah.
was a year ago, 1 year, 8 months. Did you say 1 year, eight
Yeah, one
months? Right?
yeah.
Wow. And what challenges have you faced as a Kenyan YouTuber in the US? And how have you overcome them?
So the challenges are just mere challenges that most YouTubers face. Like
Mm-hmm.
someone has a story, a really nice story, and they really want to share information, but they are like, I don't want people to
To be
see
on
my
the
face.
camera.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
we
how am I
all
going
get
to give
that.
the story? So, and then here it's kind of different. Someone wants to give the story, but they don't have that time. They are
Mm.
working. We have
Mm.
even most nurses here. They are working shifts after shifts.
Mm. Mm.
So it's kind of hard to get someone to come
Mm-hmm.
to
To
sit
be on
and
the
like,
line.
yeah, to be. But I can say
Wow,
it's awesome.
it's awesome. You guys have a lot of content to share with us.
And sure, we are sharing. We are sharing. Like Jacinta Reality have shared a lot of videos on how to come to
Yeah.
the US. So you can go and check them
Yeah,
out.
guys, please go and check her out. I have pinned her channel here on the comment section. If you'll be watching the video after the live, it will be in the comment section, and also it will be in the description box. So balancing life abroad. So balancing work, teaching, personal life, and content creation can be a challenge. How do you manage your time effectively?
So I still struggle until now, like balancing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I still struggle, but I'm working. I'm work on progress.
So did you get to move with your family?
So for me, I didn't have a family when I was moving.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it
Yeah,
was just you. So yeah,
yeah,
that makes it easy. I mean, I can imagine having kids and in a new environment must be really tricky.
yeah. Especially here, kids that you can't leave to the house. You have to take them for daycare, which is you have to pay
Yeah.
because you have to go to work.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what are some key differences you've noticed about life in Kenya and life in the US? Just general.
I think life at home, we are so much into communalism. Like
Mhm.
you have friends to hang out, you just sit and call, hey, are you at the house? I'm coming right now.
No, you don't even ask. You show
You,
up. Ni papa.
yeah, sometimes you
Upo.
don't ask, you just show up. And if you get bored in the house, you just go to mta. You know mta? Mta.
Mhm, mhm,
How
mhm.
do I
And
put
you
it in
find
English?
someone to talk to.
Yeah, you just go to town and just talk to a someone random, and you're going to enjoy the conversation.
Yeah.
Here it's here it's quite different because people even right now, there's nobody outside.
Wow.
At home you see everybody roaming around. Here there's no one. Everybody is busy, either in the
Busy.
house doing something. Yeah. You have
Wow.
to call also friends, you have to call them and tell them in advance, I'm coming to your house at this and this time.
Wow. So are there any Kenyan communities or events you found in the US that help you feel connected to your roots?
Yeah. The Kenyan community here in South Carolina, thumbs up. The Kenyan
Uh-huh.
community here in both South and North, because South and North they always meet up, like they mix up.
Mm-hmm.
It has always been meeting, and that's what keeps like you together. You know, you there's that time you feel homesick and you need someone to speak your own language and eat
Yeah.
food from home. So they play a very big part because that also is part of mental health. So they really play a big part
Mm-hmm.
on keeping you in taps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So could you share some advice for people outside of the US, like internationally trained teachers, Kenya, Ghana, South Africa, wherever, Asia, Philippines, who are considering coming to the US on a J1 visa or pursuing, um, like a career in teaching in the US? Like, what advice would you give them?
So for me, I would say moving to the US is a really good opportunity because you get also to explore and learn.
Mm-hmm,
You are able even to understand you more. You are able to understand like yourself more.
mm-hmm,
It's a very good opportunity. I've seen you can come even from Philippines, people from Asia, from Africa, from wherever you are. It's a very good opportunity to come through J1 visa.
mm-hmm. So you'd
Yeah.
encourage anyone, if you get that opportunity, go for it.
Go for it. It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it, especially if you have family, because you are able to even move with your family. There won't be any gap.
Mhm.
It's a very good opportunity you give to your child also to get a different education system.
Yeah, and especially the opportunity to get, if you're lucky after the 5 years, your H-1B and the EB visa, that's really, I didn't even know about that part of the, that it was a possibility. So I think that is also huge. And
Yeah,
just that, and education in the US is free, right? Like for the kids, they don't have to
yeah,
pay.
for the kids, yeah, for the kids.
Yeah, so that is a plus. And your spouse can work if they want to. After I think 3 or 4 months, there's some paperwork that needs to be done, and then they're free to work and help support the family. So
Yeah.
looks like we don't have any questions here. I can see Shoyab has joined. He says, I am from Pakistan and now am I apply for Canada? Oh, my dear, we have 800 videos on this YouTube channel. Please go and check which particular opportunity you want to pursue to go to Canada. So Jacinta, thank you so much for sharing your incredible journey with us. Today, it's been a pleasure having you on Travel with Ivam Tali. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to our viewers before we wrap up? Any final remarks?
So I will just tell the viewers that always take chances. I always say, do not fear failure, but be terrified of regret. Don't
Mhm.
regret. I wish I had just taken that chance to try something new. Just try it. I'm sure it is going to work positive. And if you get chance to come, please do. It is worth every coin.
Yeah, and especially this particular program, which is free. I didn't even know, like, it's, guys, they pay for your ticket, they pay for your visa fees, they help you settle down the first few weeks before you get your own accommodation around. I think it's a wonderful program for any teacher who is looking to, just go and try their luck. And I would encourage you guys, if you'll be watching this video after the live, just replay the chat and you'll see links to all the websites we have talked about here on the channel. Thank you so much for coming to the live. It is always a pleasure to have you guys here. And thank you so much, Jacinta. Guys, Jacinta's channel, I have pinned it here. If you're going to be watching this video after the live, please go and show her some love. Tell her that I sent you. She has incredible videos on her channel. Please go and watch them. You're going to learn a lot from the perspective of a teacher, from the horse's mouth. I can't say it better than she does it because she is there. If you have any questions for her, please reach out to her. You can reach out in the comment section of her videos. Check out the videos that she's shared, and I'm sure it will gonna help all of you guys. And thank you so much, Jacinta. It was a great pleasure having you here. And I look forward to us having more collaborations in the future. And I wish you all the best. Um, with your stay in the US, I will definitely reach out um, in November if I come. I will
Karibu
reach
sana.
out. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, guys, bye. Thank you so much. We'll see
Thank
you
you.
on the
Thank
next
you.
one.
Thank you,
Bye
Eva.
bye.
It was a humble bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.